Hey guys, it's Sean, and I'm gonna give you guys an update on changes. I've been on 40cc's for every 2 weeks, maybe like a month now. Um, so things that are changing for me. Let's see here. I saw Dr. Maddie, and I told her that I was experiencing some fatigue the day before my injection. So she raised my dose up to from 0.35 cc's a week to 0.40 cc's a week, and that's helped significantly. I don't feel tired. The first 2 weeks though that I did do my injection, I felt tired the day after. It was really bizarre, almost like it cycled back to when I first started taking testosterone, and I felt tired the day after, almost as if going through a lot of changes, and I just felt really exhausted. Now I've seemed to kind of level out. I'm not experiencing any kind of fatigue or tiredness. Um, so we'll see how long that lasts, and if it needs to be raised up again, or if I'm good right here for the time being. Um, my face, I noticed if you were to divide it in half, if you were to take and look at the left side here, it's a lot more masculine than the right side. And if you look at my jawline on this side, it's a lot more square compared to this side, which is a little more feminine. And my coworker actually pointed this out to me, and she said, like, the right side of your face is more feminine than the left side of your face. And for a while there, I just thought that maybe my testosterone made me, like, I don't know, it was having a delay in growth where one side of my jaw filled out and the other side didn't. But as it turns out, looking at older pictures of myself, I've actually always have been misproportioned in my jawline, and I just never noticed before because it didn't protrude or stand out to an extent where you could just see it unless you were really just staring at it. And looking in the mirror every day, I never noticed it. And I know we all have our preferences on like which angle we like. And everybody is, nobody's really perfect. So it's interesting. I always thought that maybe it would, balance out, but I don't think it's going to. I really think that this is just how my jaw is going to stay, and it's just more noticeable now that, small flaw, which is whatever. It's actually kind of cool when you think about it, because I still acknowledge, my feminine side and the fact that, where I came from, things like that. So it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, I think when I'm getting like my changes in testosterone and my body's trying to balance itself out, so like I'll go through changes where my face looks really chubby at times. It's during those times that I get more self-conscious because I just feel really round and I don't like it. But when it kind of starts thinning itself out, I really don't mind at all. It's kind of cool. It's like two-spirited person on the inside and on the outside. So yeah, other thing too, I have a lot to talk about with hair. So the hair on my head, it hasn't decreased. I've been waiting for maybe this to start falling out right here. I haven't really noticed a change in the hairline at all. But I have noticed an increase at the rate at which my hair grows. It grows in faster now. And then also too, the hair on my body is coming in thicker and it's coming in faster. So where before I took testosterone, I mean I shaved every day period, but there would be times if I was on vacation or doing whatever that I didn't shave or I was sick or something. My hair, I could probably get away with not shaving it for a couple of days and it really wouldn't be the end of the world, maybe 3 days. But now it's like I can only go a day without shaving. Otherwise, you see like these little black prickly things already coming in, and they're darker and they're thicker. And I'm getting hair in more random places on my body. Like I'm getting hair on my shoulders now. I didn't really have that before. I'm maybe light, sporadic, kind of sparse, but now it's, a little more filled in, and I shave my arms, so I guess it really doesn't affect me, but I noticed it. And then I'm getting hair on my ears. It's like I've always kind of had like those white fuzzies right here, But now I actually have hair, like black fuzzies right here, and it's so bizarre, and all I can think about is like, I don't know, 50 years from now, and I'm being an old man, and I'm gonna have like these white hairs on my ear. It's kind of gross, actually. um, I'm definitely gonna be very well groomed. So, it's interesting to see where the hair grows. Also, I'm getting facial hair, so you probably can't see it. I feel like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, where you just have like these random little hairs and there's bears, and I'm always thinking like, why don't you just shave that off? So I just trim it because it's kind of retarded. I have fuzzies growing in now, really, really light, almost like baby hair. Um, that's filling in everywhere, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to grow a beard for quite some time. It'd probably take me months just to fill in this little patch here. A couple months ago, when I first started to notice a couple of dark hairs sprouting through, I plucked them because I wanted to see what would happen. And if you guys are trying to grow facial hair, I recommend that you don't pluck them because it's been about 2 months now and they haven't come back. So, something to note, I guess. I'm not going to be doing that again. What else? Let's see here. My weight has changed. When you guys are taking testosterone, you're going to notice a lot of like weight changes. Like you're going to go through periods of looking fat and periods of looking skinny, and you know, like it sucks, but your body's adjusting. And so for me, I used to weigh 116, you know, to 120, so I'd have like a 4-pound fluctuation. And now I'm at 130. So I've put on maybe 10 pounds to, you know, maybe 14 pounds. My waist size, I believe when I used to wear girls' pants, I was a size 5. And I think that was like a size 28. I could probably even go to a 32. So, actually 32 is too big. But, yeah, so I'm 5'3.5". Yes, that half counts. But, so at 5'3.5", 130 pounds, that's like my waist size. I don't know. And then shirt size, I'm small. Like, there's really no getting around that. I have one unisex shirt that you guys have seen, which is like this really kind of like pretty blue, I don't know, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just it's a blue plaid shirt that I own, and it's a unisex shirt, and I got that in a size medium, I believe, and it used to be the shirt that I wore like early transition a lot, and it was one of my favorite shirts, and now, I mean, it used to fit me the best, and now it's one of my tighter shirts, so I don't really like to wear it as often because it's really snug now. And then the shirts, when I had to go to my mom's funeral in March, I had to wear female clothes. So when I went to the store to go shop around, it was interesting because for whatever reason, it didn't really register that I was going to be bigger, and that I would need bigger sizes, even though like I still looked petite. You really do fill in on the shoulders here. Like your shoulders get broader, and your waist size, you know, that fills out too, and your legs, it's more muscle, so it's almost like you're adding just a little bit everywhere. And so when I had to put on women's clothes again, instead of being like a size medium in a shirt, or, you know, like a size 5 in pants or whatever, I had to bump everything up. So like it was like a size 7 or something like that in pants, and then I had to wear like a large, you know, in shirts. And it was interesting, and just to make it look, you know, somewhat not so snug, and like, you know, my arm muscles or whatever. I'm not even buff, and it just looked funny. So interesting how your body changes. And then what else was I gonna talk about? Changes. My voice has gotten deeper. I really didn't think it would get any deeper, but I feel like every time I get a little bit of an increase in a dose, it gets a little deeper, which I like. I have no qualms with that. I think it's pretty awesome. What else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, you guys, I wanted to talk to you guys about partial transition. I know that when I first started to kind of come onto the whole trans community, and researching and just seeing what options were available, there really isn't too much on partial transitioning, and so I just want to talk a little bit about that. And just in my own experience, and you guys, I'm not a doctor, you see, you can't take my word for it or anything, but I would have to say that if you are unsure, if you start at a lower dose, and you kind of work your way up like I have been, like I started at point 25 and then I went to point 30 and now I'm at point 40 and I'm sure eventually I'll be at point 50 a week. The changes are so slow and gradual, and I feel like being at point 30 cc, point 35 cc's a week actually enabled me to kind of walk this middle line, because before I cut my hair, being at 0.35 cc's, I would still get called she. Every now and then I would get called he. Almost immediately after I cut my hair, though, I was referred to as he. So I feel, and then also too, when I went to visit my parents, even at 0.35 cc's, they thought that, I was just gaining weight, and that, I looked a little different, and then my voice I could still control to some degree. Not very well, but enough to have, very short intervals of dialect. Like I couldn't just go on and on and on. I would have to stop, take a drink of water, and then continue. But I think it's possible to live in that kind of gender ambiguous state. The changes that come when you're, well, for me at least, my voice got deeper, my jaw got broader, I filled in a little more, I put on some weight, things like that. Those were kind of the changes that I experienced. The bad side about it, though, was that I still got my monthly cycle at 0.35 cc's, so that really sucked. But yeah, it really is almost like living in this middle ground. So I think it's possible to live kind of gender ambiguously, but then again, changes are still gonna come. I was only there for, a short time, maybe like, a couple of months. So I don't know, but I think that it's something to be thought about, it's just something that I did notice. So those are the changes, you guys, and yeah, till next time.